Greetings, y'all. It's Matt from the Green Arcade. Good morning, and hello out there to all you YouTube people watching. We're back. Playing some more Farming Simulator 25. It's time to crank up the corn harvest. Time to roll. Pop in this combine and get it going. It's still wee dark out here. It's a wee bit dark. I like that the lights on these combines are like the old school kind of warm white light. Definitely can tell they're the older lights. Back over here to the deer. It's got the same kind of style lights. Kind of that older bulb type warm white light. Get him started down here. He's got to think about his because his field is a little different. It's connected only right there in the middle. I don't know if you can see it or not. It's a very strange field. We're going to fix it in the future though. So let's get him going. I gotta see how this corn header does. And on the other combine too. Gotta see how it does, make sure it doesn't do any of that skipping. I'm watching both combines. I already had to replace the international grain header. And I'm planning on replacing the John Deere grain header as well, but hopefully these corn headers don't do that same thing. Especially watching the international header here, just to make sure it doesn't do that little skippity skip, hoppity hop, whatever you want to call it. Good morning, Jeff. Good morning, Twitchy. Good morning, Fuzzy. Welcome in, welcome. Alright, I'm actually going to buy another grain cart. Gotta take out a little bit of loan though, I think. Get down there to the thing. Go over to finances. I think 100,000 will get it. It's not a, you know, huge grain cart or anything. If I can find where I'm going here. Grain cart. So we have the deer, right? That's the deer. I'm gonna just get the next one up that we have. Now, I looked at the other ones in the mod hub. There's a ton that are like lizard brand. You wouldn't believe how many lizards there are. Lots of lizard stuff. I did notice that I downloaded this thing there. So it wouldn't show up in my installed list though. So I don't know if that's no longer in the mod hub. I couldn't find it. Maybe it's in there. Maybe I just missed it. But yeah, it's got a different capacity on that, and this is the in-game one there. So, all right, here comes Fuzzy. I think I'm just gonna get the Kinsey, the 30,000 liter Kinsey. That's the next. That's the next one up capacity-wise. That's small enough. It's not anything like that. Definitely don't want to get anything like that. This, even the Demco, even the little Demco is 30,000, so could go with J&M, but it's got a little bit of a bigger capacity on it. I'm thinking about just going with the Kinsey. How much is the Kinsey? Kinsey's 59,000. I might go with J&M. We do have that bigger tractor now. Go with the base J&M maybe. Change the color up a little bit. Yeah, that'll work. So I say that's the base. The base would actually be like the Not the tracks, but those wheels right there, the twin wheels. $45. That's $95,000. That's a pretty big jump from the Kinsey. There's another J&M down here. Got all kinds of different options on it. Grain capacity. Wow, even that. Well, I'll put the tracks on there. This close to going with the Kinsey just because of the price. I did Michelin's. The lowest capacity is 88 grand. Wheel setup. Okay, that changes that. That actually doesn't change the capacity here in this sense. I think I'll keep that hitch. I don't even know where I started with this. Let me go back and reset everything. So we got Michelin's on it. Okay, Michelin, that design. Keep that hitch type on there. What is that? So that's the emblem, slow moving vehicle emblem. Oh, that's that thing. Why don't they just say caution triangle? Or, decals. So you can make it that. I like the American flag though. We'll keep that. Cover. Yeah, we'll put the cover on there, I guess. Grain capacity. So you can customize that. You don't have to have the tracks. I think I'll just go with that little extra bump. And we'll change that to a Case IH red. Or international red. And we'll keep the white. So that's 92,000. Wonder if our smaller tractors will pull that, or if I need that Magnum. Let's go see. Well, probably not that one. Probably not this tractor. But maybe that one or this one. Go pick it up. Morning, Adam. It's going good. Well, I'm headed that way. Did a couple more contracts. Paid a little back in the loan, but I just took a lot back out, so. I did sell that barn that was right over here somewhere, and then a trailer right there. I did come in and sell those. I've noticed that a lot of this farmland you buy, you get all these extra buildings that might be in the way, and those would be right in the way. Otherwise we'd have to flare out the field, but this way I can kind of make it nice and somewhat symmetrical. Yeah, I don't know, this might work. This tractor might pull it. We'll find out shortly. I need to seal that. I just need to tear that little shack down. Must have been a roadside fruit stand or something at one point. Produce stand. We used to have one of those way back in the day. Gosh, that thing closed down early 90s when they, I think the guy that owned it, I think he passed away. But we had a little roadside. He actually had one, I think, that his wife ran, and one that he ran, and they were across the road from each other. His had most of the produce, so like vegetables and, you know, stuff that farmers would bring in. And her side had more of crafts and stuff, little home crafts and decor. It wasn't anything like extravagant. It'd be something that like you'd find at a farmer's market. Both of them was like stuff you'd find at a farmer's market. So you might find like a quilt or, you know, a cornucopia bouquet or something like that. But it was weird because you had to cross the highway. You had to cross the road to get to them. Ah, Fuzzy. Oh, there's the sunlight. Yeah, here comes the sun. Doo 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 doo. Here comes the sun. I see it's alright. Do 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 do. I'll cut through this yard. Oh, he's already made one round. Look at that. Yeah, he's made one round around the cornfield. Da, 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 da. Hopefully this is not too tall. I did not think about that. I'm blocking him though. Come on, bro. You can go. Go for it. Oh, wait. They have to do that weird thing when they have weird corners like that. So that, yeah, we gotta change that up. So let's see, that's the bottom one that I'm looking at on the inspector down there. Guess I need to adjust my cruise control. Yeah, he's gonna be weird about dumping into me. It could just be the angle or something. I'll hit him up when he gets a little more full. Wait till he gets in the red zone a little bit. I say, Fuzzy, if you at some point need to dump into me, you can, because I've got more than double what you've got there, capacity-wise, so. So the game plan for today, get the corn cut. That's kind of the big one. Get the corn cut. We got these 2 fields and then one more field behind this tree line. Get those done, and then we are going to sell what wood chips we got yesterday. After the stream, Fuzzy stayed behind and we worked on getting a lot of those trees up over there. I don't know if I showed that off yet or not. So, got the truck parked here at the corner of the cornfield and the bean fields that we had. So this whole row right here was trees. Matter of fact, we missed one, so I threw it out here in the field. Gotta come back and get that at some point. And then we cut down this first row of trees, and we got to about right here, right where the trees are standing. And we filled the bruxes up. We had 2 brux chippers. Filled them both up. So we're gonna sell the wood chips from those. Probably get maybe a couple more. And then we're gonna work on trees. If we can get done with corn today, we'll work on trees and try to get another load down to wherever we're gonna sell them at. It would be nice if we could sell them right over there, because it's literally right across the road. Otherwise, we're going to have to go all the way up to the farmer's market, which is way over here. It's not too far away, but it's a little bit of a drive. The other sale point is right across the road. And I don't know if I didn't even look to see if they took them. Switch back over to prices here. Nope. Go over there. I do not like this new setup. Still don't like it. It's still new to me. It's too difficult to use. The user interface, it went from maybe a 4 or 5 star in Farm Sim 22 to down to 2 stars for me. This user interface for this whole menu system could be better. Could be easier to use. It needs to be simplified a little more. Alright, wood chips. There is more than one. Why is there more than one? Well, I mean more than 2. Gage grain. Oh, there's I forgot about the hay place over there. So I guess we'll just have to check the prices when it comes time to sell. I totally forgot about that little bale place over there. We were hauling the silage bales we sold. I went and checked on them, and they had fermented all the way. So I grabbed the 4320, and it had the small bale trailer on the back of it. And let me tell you, trying to drive that 4320 with those bales loaded on that little bitty trailer, it was a mess. It was not fun. I could not stop. Basically, I think there was too much weight for that little tractor. So, now that we have the Magna, I went ahead and bought a step deck trailer, bale trailer, and it's auto load. So that's nice. That's always nice to have the auto load. All right, so we've got the 3 places then. Even the bale place is a little. Is that it? Yeah. So there's the bale place. It's not too far away from down here where we're working, but it's, again, a little bit of a drive. This, if we could sell it here, That would be nice, because we're going to start work, I think, down this way once we get some money to buy these plots of land down here. Going to start working down in here. But we got a ton of work to do up here. Ton of trees to remove up here, so it would be nice if it was, you know, kind of up there. So there's the new bale trailer. Put an oak floor in it. Alright, so that corn header seems to be doing okay. I know it's going to miss a lot around the extreme edge because the field goes into the trees, literally. I mean, there's trees in the corn there. See the trees in the corn? So we've got to fix that. Guess I'll come in with maybe the perfect edge and go along this edge, depending on how straight it can get. We'll take a look at that when we get the crop out. Morning, Stens. How's it going? Whoa. I need to pay attention. That's for sure. I looked over at chat, and then as soon as I looked back, I was like all up in that guy's rear there. Oh, well, that didn't sound right. I was all up, yeah, I rear-ended him. That still don't sound right. We had a fender bender on the north side of the field. So, yeah. I need to drink more Dr. Pepper, I think. I think I need more. Still waking up. Actually, you know, normally I wake up kind of early to get things ready for the stream, and I almost fell back asleep. I was looking at my phone, checking the weather, because it's fixing to turn cold again. And, you know, when you're, like, laying down or sitting down, and you're on your back and you're in bed and you're looking at your phone, how you can kind of doze off a little bit and you drop your phone and smack yourself in the face? I almost did that this morning. Luckily, it kind of fell on my right shoulder and kind of slid down. I was like, whoa, I need to probably wake up. It's time for more Dr. Pepper. All right, let me see if I can get some corn out of him. It'll be easier when he starts going east and west over here. Maybe I can get a little bit right here. Come on, buddy. Oh good, I can empty them on out. Yep, so that's the plan. Get the corn cut, get all that in, and then we will sell the wood chips. We need to build the corn dryer. We need to build the what do you call that thing? What do you call that thing? I never forgot the name of it. I really don't want to go look it up because I have to go in the menu to do it. Oh man, I'm not awake. I'm not awake. My brain's not awake. Wake up, brain, wake up. Refinery, maybe. Is that it? I think that's the name of it. I'm gonna have to go look. I can't remember. I'm gonna have to go look. Oh, I don't even know what it's under. I think it's under factories. That right there. Yeah, it's a refinery. So this is the propane / diesel refinery. This will give us the propane to power our dryer so we can do the dried grain. Definitely want to do the dried grain. But that costs money to do that. It's 38 grand for that, and then you got to buy the dryer itself. That's over 200 grand. Then you got to buy a propane tanker for that, and then you got to buy I'm just going to buy a little cheap truck to fit on the front of it. Kind of like we did over in Riverbend. So we don't have the capacities that we had in Riverbend though. On the especially on like a lot of the grain carts and semi-trailers, we don't have any Stevie capacities. Everything we're using is a realistic capacity, so good morning for that. Combines are realistic capacities. Granted, they have kits on them, but that's a realistic thing. I kind of wish, you guys remember, for those of y'all that played Farming Simulator 22, Sid modding, right? He had a lot of great mods. Remember Sid's X9 that we had in Farming Simulator 22? And the capacity on that thing went up to 27,000. I think it was 27,400 liters. I wish I had that back. But I've looked for it and I haven't found it yet. There are a couple of X9 mods out there, but they don't have, there's no point in getting them, because you might as well use the in-game one. Come on, little combine. I was gonna say, what is he? He kind of shifted over one, didn't he? Maybe there's a tree in the way down there. No, he's doing skippers intentionally. This is bizarre. I've never seen the AI do this. But he is running, he's skipping the rows. Guessing he's gonna come back and get him. What about an X9? Oh, I was talking about Sid's X9 from 22. He had one over there that was, I think it was Sid, yeah. He had an X9 that had a 27,400 liter capacity. Had the big tank on top of it. Kind of wanting to keep it real here on the farm on Gage, Kentucky, or in Gage, Kentucky. So yeah, I think the biggest one that we've got is actually a deer. I did notice that that forage harvester's on sale. Let's see. So these are giants. These are giants. That's from giants. Well, I say that's from giants. That one might not be because I'm looking at the capacity on that one, and it looks like it goes up to 100,000. So I actually don't know whose combine this is. These are from the mod hub. These, I forgot who these are from too. These have more realistic capacities on them though. Where is the deer at that I'm talking about? Is it that one? Might be that one. 24,000 liters. That's the, I think that's the biggest realistic capacity that we've got. And then we've got the 1090. So we got the 790 in there. Yeah, got the 790. Got the 1090 New Holland, and then we've got that one. I don't remember who this came from. I'm pretty sure it came from the mod hub though. Got one with 100,000 liter capacity. And then 14.4. Is the... You know what? Is that the... No, that's the 9250. I say it almost looked like the 7150. I guess maybe it's the same kind of design as the 7150. Wonder who put that one out. Now I know how to do it, but it would have to be that one from it'd have to be that specific one from Farming Simulator 22. And I don't know about doing that without Sid's permission. He probably would not give it. Doesn't Sid actually work for Giants now? Oh, is my guy full? Yeah, he got full down here somewhere. I can say we don't see too many mods from Sid for Farming Simulator 25. He used to do a lot back in the day. A lot of modders that have gotten out of the game. Good morning, Nestor. How's it going? Have to drive out into the corn a little bit. Whoa. Turned him. Hang on. I'm gonna get that edge over to him here. Emptying? Nope. Come on, bro. Give me your corn. Here we go. Had to find the sweet spot. I have to seal this back and find something smaller. That or just get a tipper. That would match that. I wonder if the Demco would be better because it sits lower. This Demco might actually be better. And I think if you put tracks on it, it sits lower to the ground. Or maybe not. Maybe I'm thinking of the other one. You know what? I am thinking of the other one. But I think this one's shorter than the J&M. Yeah, it's definitely shorter. Might have to trade this in for the Demco. A little less capacity on that one, but definitely has a lower profile than the J&M. I'm going to run and go into this into the silo. Yeah, I think the 5488 tractor that we've got needs the sound package from this tractor. Its idle sound is okay, but when you accelerate that thing and, you know, run it from 0 to anything, it doesn't sound right. He's done 6 mods. I didn't even know he did that. I remember he did the what was that thing? The field, kind of like a field applicator or something. But yeah, listen to the sound of this tractor. You can feel the engine. That's what that other tractor needs. Hey, Bobby. Did they change the thing? How do you get the pipe out? Something ain't right. Hang on. It should be right bumper and down on the D-pad. Wake up, wake up, wake up. I'm on controller. Wake up, wake up. Alright. Should be that button and down on the D-pad, right? Unfold. Oh, you gotta unfold the auger wagon. Well, that was anticlimactic. So if you fold it up, it brings the pipe in. Okay. I don't think you have to do that with the in-game one. It's still left bumper and down, but you have to unfold the pipe. Yeah, I think I'm going to trade this in for the Demco. I'll drive this over there and compare the two. If I can make it across this field. This is a field that does not have the approach on it. Alright, I'm going to park this down here. So I can kind of get a side-by-side look. Want one with a lower profile. Let's see, how much is that Demco? I've got 10 grand to my name. Well, let me go see how much that is. So that starting Demco is 88, 68, 68.5. I'll just go to 100 again. I think we can at least change the color of it. I'll stick with the standard. Nothing makes it shorter, does it? Nope. We'll just stick with the standard. Michelin's. And then we'll do the red like we got. Yeah, I'll keep the plate on there. It's got Kentucky plates on it. That's pretty neat. I think that's a lower profile. Watch it be the same height. Or taller. No, it does have a lower profile. And when you look at them, the J&M's on the left and the Demco's on the right. So that will definitely help, I think, in unloading that smaller, shorter combine. Alright, let's sell the J&M back. I don't need to repair her or anything? Cool. Still pretty new. Morning, Tech. How's it going? How many liters of beans did you get yesterday? I'm gonna have to go look. Soybeans. Looks like 187,000 liters. Almost 187.5. Yeah, I gotta go. Do I really gotta go all the way around? I do. So this goes better with this tractor being shorter too. A little bit smaller. Not as heavy. Look at this. He's going all in between these rows. And I wonder why he's doing that. I've never seen him do that. Is that a setting in the thing? Is he full? Yeah, he's full again. I'm just gonna have to cut across. Let's see if this is better. Oh yeah, way better. He likes that a whole lot more. His whole thing fits over it. Good decision. Is that a setting? I'm gonna have to get in him to find out. I'm gonna have to fire him to find out. I'm gonna assume, I don't know. I've never seen him do that. Have y'all ever seen them do this, where they skip rows like that? Wonder if it's the... Oh, I hope it's not the header. You know, I gotta think about that now. Hope it's not the header. Oh, you know what? That is set up for... Remember I said that header... It might be set up for 4. Let me go back in him. Hang on. I bet it's set up for 4. Yep. Nope. Set up for 6.5. Which would be about right. I think it's actually 6 meters. I'm just letting him gonna go ahead and run what he's been running. Skip line is set to 1. Is that a thing? Oh, you're right. I don't remember turning that on. Well, do I... Can I hire him back out from there? Find out. Well, you shouldn't skip any lines now, right? I just have to come back and take out those rows manually or something. Oh, there's a save. I don't remember bumping that, but I might have. I didn't even know it was a setting. So you can skip lines. That's interesting. I guess you could set it up to where you could skip lines here, and then if you hired out another worker, he could come and get these skipped lines, right? If he had the same width setting set on him. Well, he still skipped one there, didn't he? He may be running his original plan though that I set up. So he will go back, okay. How's the deer doing? Is he skipping any or? No, he seems to be doing okay. Nothing runs like a deer. Look at all that pretty corn. Alright, let's see if he skips on this other. Line down next to me here. Hi. Maybe? No? Yep. I guess he's gonna follow the original plot land setup that I put out there for him. Pretty sure I set him back to 0. Yep. I did set him back to 0. How many can you do? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You can go all the way up to 4, 5, 6, 7. No. 6 is the highest, and it goes back to 0. Okay. That's very interesting. Well, at least his, I'll have access to him on the turnaround then. Probably need to go down there and empty him again though. Well, what happened here? Uh-oh. Combine stuck. Yeah, some of these trees have got to go. Plus, I'm going to put in some grass around the edge here. Thing is like when you set up the thing, it'd only do one in row. So you didn't really have enough room to turn around. That's not the combine's fault. That's where the field was placed. That's where the trees were placed in the field there, so. If I can get him started back on his original line up here. Yep. We're rolling. Now got into this guy. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to drive through the corn. Feel bad about it, but trying to feed the kids, you know. That might be little Billy's bucket of popcorn. He might be watching the Goonies for the first time or something, and I'm destroying little Billy's bucket of popcorn. Or little Billy's corn dog, or little Billy's corn syrup, maple syrup for his pancakes, or little Billy's cornbread, or what else is corn? Little Billy's corn chips. He might not be able to have his chili with his shredded cheese and Fritos. I feel bad about it. Sorry, little Billy. I think we got plenty of corn though. Cornflakes, yeah. Good morning, crazy. Cornflakes. Little Billy might not get his cornflakes. Do kids eat cornflakes? What about corn pops? Are they actually made of corn? Are they like corn flavored? Is there anything, you know, actually corn about corn pops? Gotta have my pops. Everybody remember that commercial? Kellogg's corn pops. I gotta have my pops. And then you had cornflakes. I'll never forget. I was in the mall one time. I was there with my mom and my brother, and we were just walking down the mall. You know, that's what you do at a mall. You walk, and then if you see something in the store or something like that catches your eye or your fancy, you go in there and take a look around. Or if you're on a mission, you know, you go and walk to wherever you're headed to. But we were walking along, and we were stopped by somebody with a clipboard in the mall. And they wanted to know if we would be willing to participate in a test run of a new cereal. And it was free. They were going to send us, I think, a few boxes of it. And all we had to do was like call a number and give our opinion on, you know, the cereal, you know, and what we liked about it and what we would change about it, you know, and stuff like that. But it was free. So we filled out some paperwork. They sent it in the mail later. It was a blank box. It had like numbers on it. And we opened it up, and lo and behold, it was Kellogg's cornflakes, but they were the very first time I think that they had done a chocolate flake. So I'll always remember that. We were one of the first people that they tried out chocolate flakes on. And then they later came out with it and sent it out to market, and it became a thing. I think they're discontinued now, maybe. I don't know. I haven't seen those in a while. Maybe they still make them. I don't know. Maybe they were called cocoa flakes. I'm kind of curious now. Let me go look. Let me see if they still make those. And there's the corn flakes. There's the frosted flakes. They make a strawberry frosted corn frosted flake. I don't see the chocolate ones anymore though. Or wait, what's that one? Well, it's chocolate milkshake now. So I guess they maybe changed it down the line somewhere. I'm trying to find a picture of them. There's the new ones. Yeah, there they are. They were called cocoa frosted flakes. Here, I'm gonna put a picture of them in Discord. So that was 1997. That those came out. So we probably were a test family 96-ish, maybe early 97. Yep, back in the day, gosh, that was 1997. Kind of a, that was really my decade. That's the decade that the music was the best. That was just the best decade. If I could go back to any decade, it'd be the 90s. You haven't seen chocolate corn flakes before? Yeah, they called them Cocoa Flakes. And that's what the box looked like when they came out later. When we got the test box, it was just a blank box. It didn't even have Cocoa Flakes on it. It had some like numbers on it and like some test, I guess the test numbers to name it. It was definitely kept under wraps, but we knew what it was. We know corn flakes when we see them. We know Frosted Flakes when we see them. We liked them. They were actually pretty good. And then when we ran out, we only had maybe 2 or 3 boxes. We finished those off when we ran out, and they didn't come out with them until later. And we were like, man, I wish we had some more of those. Yeah, they were pretty good. I don't know. I don't think they're still around now, though. Guess not everybody liked them. Everybody's probably OG for the Frosted Flakes or just the regular corn flakes. I need to go empty. I am full. Turn around. She's struggling. You'll get there though. I think we're gonna need another truck soon too. My capacity is double that of the truck, and Fuzzy's capacity is the exact same as the truck. So I guess I'll look around for another truck. Oh, there's a freeze. Oh. That was a hard save right there. Yeah, the 90s was the best. Best decade for music, best decade for movies, best decade for TV shows. Just the best. Look at trucks. Not semi-trucks. I don't think. Maybe they are under semi-trucks. Yeah, they are. So there's the truck we got, or no, well, that's not the truck we got. That's the truck we got. So that has a 15,000 liter capacity on it. There's a lizard that you can put a grain bed on. That's actually less than what we've got with the International that we've got right now. So let's not upgrade to that. That'd be a downgrade. We have that, a lizard. That's a little bit more of an updated lizard. Let me check the tanks that go on that one. This one's actually got a lot that will fit it. There's one with 22,000. I think these are just like beds, aren't they? Yeah. That's actually just a pickup bed there. So is that the only one? There's another 15,000 liter capacity, but we want to do a little more, I think, on this one. It's got some flatbeds you can put on there. What are we looking at it cost? $12,500 for that. So basically you just pull under it and then you've got another truck with some capacity there. 22,000 liters on that. And the truck itself is, oh, that's not bad. 15,000 for that, and then how much was that thing? Or wait, is there more that you can put on there? These are all the combinations that you can pull behind it. Huh. Alright. They still have the chocolate, like the cocoa frosted flakes, or are they the chocolate milkshake flakes? Because those are probably different. Please get the brakes fixed on the ones we have, on the truck that we have, yeah. The best music came from the 60s, wow. Yeah, there was some good tunes that came from the 60s. I'll give you that. Guessing we're probably going to need the long... Why did they give us so many options? I don't want the rims to match. Or maybe not. That'll work. That looks good. That'll work. Let's see. Hitch styles, man. Oh, you can put a gooseneck trailer on that. I'll do that one. Mud flaps. And we'll just leave those off. Exhaust. We'll do the black. Toolbox. I don't think we'll need that if we have the thing on there. Antenna, yeah, we can do that. We can do the antennas. Glass, we'll leave that. Just leave that standard. Fender, we'll just leave that standard. I'll leave the logo on there too. Does it have the lizard logo on there? Maybe I'll take the logo off. Yeah, I'll take the visor off too. Numbers. Or wait a minute, it's not numbers, is it? It's bumpers. We'll just keep the one. There's the numbers. No, mirrors. It's different styles of mirrors. Yeah, let's just stay with the standard one. Oh gosh, man, I'm not even halfway down the list here yet. Interior setup. So it changes it from black to brown. We'll go with brown. Attachers, standard. I thought we already did attachers. Oh, that does that on the front. We'll just stay with the standard. Main color. We'll keep it white. Design color, we'll keep that. Whatever it is. That one, keep that one. We'll keep everything. Where's the rim colors at? Front axle, rim color. Maybe we'll do white. Do the in-game white. There we go. Change these over to... Well, that's already in-game white. Is that one? Yeah, that's already in-game white. Okay, those should all be the same colors then. Front grille. I think that's already chrome. Nope, that's silver, isn't it? We'll change that to chrome. And we'll keep the plate. Alright, thank goodness we're done setting that up. Too many options. Too many. Alright, now I gotta buy that box to go on the back of it. Yay, there's not as many options. So I'm glad I didn't put the flaps, the mud flaps on there, because this comes with flaps. I'm guessing that's the back. Or no, wait. That's the front. Let's just do them in the back. Side lights. Sure, why not? Main color, we'll switch that to a Case IH red. Design color, is that like the top? Nope, what did that change? It's like the trim around the top. We'll do it all red around it. And then we'll keep the bed color the same. All right. Go pick that up. go. Oh, let's get the Jake brake. Woo! It's light. It's... You got any? Nope. Kind of matches the other one, doesn't it? A little bit. Alright. Let's see, I gotta get caught up on the chat here. In Discord. What's in Discord, Jeff? Where did my combine go? Oh, the Frosted Flakes? Chocolate Frosted Flakes. Okay. Maybe they just changed the name of it from cocoa to chocolate. Yeah, when they first came out back in the 90s, they were the cocoa. They were that box right there that I posted. Oh, look at the box. You could get a buy one, get one free Big Mac. Back when they were still maybe kind of like Big Macs. They're not like the Big Macs they used to be anymore. Alright, no skippers. Turn that off. Okay. So he didn't go back and automatically do them. I had to set him up to go back and do. I'm assuming he's probably going to try to go down those rows, but ain't nothing there. Oh, kids don't know what cocoa is anymore. That's a crime shame there. It's a crying shame that today's kids don't know how we had it back then. We really didn't know how we kind of had it back then. Like rotary dial phones, you couldn't. A lot of kids these days couldn't use a rotary dial phone to save their life. They couldn't dial 911 on a rotary dial phone. My grandpa actually, they had a single line party line phone, and he actually had his old phone. What you did was you picked up the receiver and you kind of like a wind up thing where you was like rolling down a window or something like that, and then you'd get on the line and you'd tell the operator where to connect you to. Kind of like on MASH. I never thought about that. It was kind of like the phone they had on MASH, but not quite. It wasn't like a portable backpack phone. It was a base phone. An old phone too. Then they moved up to the rotary dial. And then I think the last phone that my grandpa had was a large key touch tone phone that was still a wire phone. It had a wire cord on it. It's still a cord phone. He never had a cordless phone. We had a corded phone for a long time, and then I think it was the late 90s when we got our first cordless phone. It didn't turn off. He gonna come down here and start, or is he just gonna? Nope. He's gonna blaze his own path. Go wherever the corn may take you. Not too far though. Oh, that's how you want to do it. Okay, you could have come over here and turned around where you didn't have to drive through the crop, but never mind. Yes, this is a 4X map. So really, that's a nice map. I like it. Based on Gage, Kentucky. Gage, Kentucky is located just to the southwest of Paducah. Very fantastic map. It's one of those maps that if you depends on how you want to play it. But if you want to play it like we want to play it, or like I want to play it, then it's still a very fun map. There's two versions. You can get the row crop ready and precision custom thunder precision farming version, or you can get the standard version. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this map. Anytime I can go on a map and improve like the fields and stuff, you know, redo them a little bit, make them more efficient. That's my favorite part about Farming Simulator. You can play it however you want to play it, but if you want to really go the extra distance and efficientlize your farm, not that I'm gonna cut every tree or redo every field, but there will be some changes. It's kind of like winning the lottery. I won't tell anyone I've won the lottery, but there will be signs. I haven't won the lottery, by the way. I wish I had. Did anybody hear any more about that? Somebody over in Arkansas won the 1 point. Shoot, how much was it? 1.8 billion. Yeah, 1.8 billion because I think you clear 800 something million after you do like the lump sum. Oh, are you on console? Yeah, unfortunately they probably won't make these types of maps. Too many of them for console, especially a 4X. I could see them maybe possibly doing somebody doing a standard size version, something similar to this map. But yeah, not to this extent. Because when you fly around this one, it's pretty massive. You got a lot of trees, a lot of fields, a lot of ponds, a lot of stuff to render. A lot of big open meadow grass kind of areas. Just a really detailed map. I think the east side is probably the most detailed and demanding on the computer because it's got so many trees, a lot of small fields that connect together with just field roads. So and it just keeps going. I thought I was on the edge. I wasn't on the edge. Where's the highway at? There it is. So yeah, it keeps going. I start from the very far side of the map. So this is the very far side. This is the east side. Fly across. There's the highway that runs on the east side of the map. It is a massive map, and we're right here in the center, so that field there, right there is in the center. Got a lot of trees over here. And then you got some pretty big fields over here, and this is the far west side of the map. Beautiful map. I like that it's, based on the real location because they tend to take a little more time to add in the extra details. If you were going to go to the real Gage, Kentucky, I'm sure that it would feel like this. I haven't played a map like this since I played the Farms of Madison County on 19, version 3. You can tell that whoever made this map, it's made by Gagefield, but whoever actually sat down and took the time to create this map and add all the details to it, probably is from that area or has a detailed knowledge of that area. That or they're just really creative. But I have a feeling that they're probably from that area. There are a few standard size maps that are pretty good. They just came out with a Michigan one. I heard that one was pretty good. Elm Creek just came out, the one from 22. I like Silver Run, but Silver Run is more of a logging map. I know I saw there's a Louisiana map, there's an Oregon map, there's a New York map. I know Celabuki's maps, Alma, Missouri, and Iowa Plains View. I would say those are probably, as far as console maps go, those are probably in my top 5. Those 2 maps, Alma and Iowa Plains View, both made by Celabuki. There's been some in the past that I would like to see return. Just want them to. They got to be able to work. And I know Griffin, Indiana was a good map back in 19, and then they brought it back for 22, but it was broken. Like the train didn't work, some sell points didn't work. The map itself has got to work, and I don't think it ever got fixed. I don't think it ever got updated. Or I would have gone back and played it probably. Well, I didn't get that exactly straight, did I? Should have used that as a reference there. Alright, 160,000 liters of corn so far. Owendale, Michigan. Yeah, that's the one. Somebody I was talking to said that was pretty good. Orange soda time. Where's he going? I don't think you're going to be able to get that corn, buddy. I know you want it. But there's trees out there. You're going to get stuck. I'm going to move him over here to the north side of this field where the deer is working. Oh, yeah? White-tailed deer and turkey come out, huh? I'll say this map has a ton of deer on it. You'll see them all the time out running around, especially in the fields. I think I see some back there right now. Of course, I'm blind as a bat. Yeah, I'm blind as a bat. Never mind. You'll see them running though. They are out here. They're out here running around. Wonder if do we own that house? I think it's abandoned. That's actually, what's his face's house? Isn't it? No, that's a farmhouse. Do we own that? We do own that. Can I sell that? Yes, I can. How much will we get back for that? That would be 24.6 back for that. Don't need another farmhouse. And I'm assuming these decorations we can sell too. Huh. We get $24 back for the swing. What about the clothesline? Can we sell that? Yeah, we can sell the clothesline. We're getting $9. Look, we can get a $9 value meal. Why is that not selling? Oh, I gotta hit Y. Doy. Okay. And then this little garage. Actually, that's two separate pieces. Interesting. So we'll sell that. We get 493 back for that one. And then this little container. Yeah, 493 back for that one. Alright, I see a couple of trees that need to go. Got another swing. Whoever lived there loved their swings. Sell that back. $49. Okay. The only thing we can't sell back, I'm pretty sure, is the power pole. Or no, wait. Maybe we can. This is not a power pole. This is a light pole. So we can sell that back. That was not put in by the power company. Or maybe it was, but it was paid for by the whoever owned that house. So we can sure sell that. We get $59 back. Okay. Wait, what? Is that another shed? Did I just miss that? Old wooden garden shed. Must be an old man that lived next to Grandpa or whatever. Okay. Alright, so here's our combine. Hey, combine. This tree and that tree can go. We'll add those to the list. It'll be a long time before we can do any plowing. Need to do the tree work first. Try to work on that. It looks like the second day of January is still going to be the best day to sell wood chips. So probably get up early that morning, find the best price, sell the wood, start selling the wood chips, and then go out and immediately start working on getting more trees. There's a wad out there we need to cut. Yeah, then you can make your field bigger. And no, I do not have subscriptions. Not at the moment. But stay tuned. You never know. Oh wait, there's another shed over here. Hang on. Let's sell that back. How much do we get back for that one? 1900? 1972? 1972. I think that was the first year that MASH aired on television. Alright. Yeah, a little smoothing around where these sat. Maybe take out a tree here and there. Definitely got a lot around the edges of this field to take out. Especially down here. Yeah, trees like this. These that kind of stick out, we'll take those out. I don't want to cut any too close to the creek there. These that come out here really far though. Probably what I'm still gonna do is put in a strip of grass at the end of these fields. Where I put that grass depends on where these kind of connect at and which trees are in the way that I'm gonna cut. Probably just take the outermost trees. Good morning, Tomcat. Yeah, those trees were in the field. How they got the corn planted around them, I don't know. Yeah, I'll probably take we have the mod in the PC mod hub called Perfect Edge. I'll probably just take the Perfect Edge mod and run a straight line down on the edge of that field over there. Probably gonna do that in a few places, and then I'll bring the plow in and we'll make it pretty. We'll make it nice and efficient and productive and. Yeah, no sub button. You can follow so you'll know when I go live, and then also make sure you subscribe over on YouTube. I do videos over there that during the week that you don't see here on Twitch. So youtube.com/thegrainarcade. So I'm going to build the dryer out here somewhere, either over on this side, opposite of the main silo, or back here. If I build it back here, I might have to do some leveling. So I'm leaning more towards building it over there. And then I'll probably add another shed or shop out here. Oh. Fuzzy. What happened? Had a little incident on the farm. Oh. Good thing I had my cocoa frosted cornflakes this morning. Nope. Well, you know what? I think I left some Wheaties under the seat here. Let me. Okay. All right. I got my Wheaties. Thank God I ate my Wheaties. Oh, oh man, you're full too. That's why it's heavier. Oh, here we go. All right. Don't worry. These hills will go away. They will not be alive with the sound of anything soon. Gonna do a lot of smoothing out here. Morning, Scully. How's it going? Some extra eggnog in the coffee for the grain cart driver. No, those hills and that particular grain cart, it tends to do that. It's very light. Very light. I think the center of gravity, I think it's got more weight kind of up top. Why play a hilly map and then take the hills out? Because that's what we're here for. We're here to make the field more efficient. We're going to have our guys come in and put down some drain tile. So we won't need these drain outlets and inlets anymore. And we'll fix it up real nice. We won't just completely make it flat, but we will. Where is he going? He's skipping a line again. I did not set him up to skip a line. We'll make it nice. We'll do, it's primarily going to be a lot of smoothing, probably. What we'll end up doing. Remove a few trees and... I wonder why he's cutting like that. I know why he cut like that over there. But I did not set him up to do that over here. At least he's not bouncing. Yep. I said it's going to be that way here today. Today, it's windy this morning. It's been warm. We've actually set records, I think, this week for high temperatures. It's windy this morning. It's supposed to start raining, possibly storming this evening sometime around, oh gosh, it's after sunset, I think. And then it's supposed to turn really cold. We're going to get down into the lower 20s by tomorrow night. It's going to start just getting colder from midday today on. And then it's going to warm back up. Looks like maybe towards the end of the week. Oh, he's coming back down that line. Okay. Could have been offloading him if I'd known that. Need to see if I can find me some winter socks. Something that keep my feet warm. Having my feet on the cold floor with this wood concrete floor underneath. It's concrete underneath, but it's a wood floor. It stays cold. Like the lower, say the lower third of the house here, the rooms, stays cold, and then all my heat's kind of up there in the towards the ceiling, so my feet stay cold. I gotta find me some socks, or find me some type of. I did see something a while ago. I need to see if Amazon's got something. I saw something that was like a heated foot massager or something like that. That'd be pretty neat. Play some farm sim and have my feet massaged and have them warmed up. What wow, lost my voice there for a second. What mod is in the lower left corner? That is Simple Inspector. That's available in the PC mod hub, in-game mod hub. Simple Inspector. I think it's only available on the PC. It's one of those that's not a cross-play mod. Had a few people ask what are the additional numbers over there on the bottom right corner as well. Yeah, the you can see it. It's kind of harder to see. Let me get over in the grass, maybe we can see a little better. So it adds in those two lines there above the speedometer, right below where it says corn. That's the enhanced vehicle mod. That's a PC mod. Got that from GitHub. It enables me to lock in auto steer in any direction that I choose. So if I wanted to lock it in at, say, find it here. If I wanted to lock it in at like 90 degrees, which will be straight east, I can lock that in and go straight east. Pretty handy little tool when you want to mow meadow grass or plow out a new boundary to a field. Hey, we're about to get this field. And we got this corn to cut right down here, and then we'll be done with the corn. Then we'll pick up some new fields next year. Looks like they planted some stuff over here. What is that? Clover. So you do have clover and alfalfa on this map. So there's a little bit of clover over there. I'm going to guess alfalfa up here. Yep, got some alfalfa up there. Maybe more clover. Yep, more clover in that field. Looking at the ones that are lit up light green. Actually got some wheat. Somebody planted some wheat up there. And more clover. Funny, I think that's the only field that has something besides corn and soybeans or clover or alfalfa is that little field of wheat right there. Right down from where we own it. Sounds like you need to find a good woman to keep you warm. It's not from I think I'll have better luck finding the socks. I'll be completely honest with you. I mean, they make this little thing. It's a little foot massager thing. They're not socks. It's just a little thing you stick your feet in, and it keeps. It's got a heating thing in it, and it has a massaging thing in it too. It'll massage your feet. That might be nice after a long day at work. Yeah, I need to get me some some of those, oh, they're not fur, they're like a material. Like, it's like kind of like cotton lined slippers. They kind of look like moccasins a little bit. I need to find me some of those. Just to, you know, walk around. Get in there now. 230, 240 almost. Almost 240,000 liters of corn. Not too bad. That new truck, you know, it does have the trailer hitch on the back of it. We could probably get a trailer and hook up to that. Got a ball hitch on it. Alright. Throw this in there right quick. I have to move Papa's woodshed. Rebuild it over there behind his house somewhere. I'm gonna run these guys over to that other cornfield. Probably the best way to go down there is the creek crossing down here. Yep, old Papa. Grandpa. AKA Walter. Boy, you can tell it's windy. You can hear it roaring outside. I don't know if you guys can hear that. But it is definitely roaring. Billions and billions and billions. Oh, there's a save. Yep, all these trees are gonna go. Gonna make a decent sized field here. We'll work around the creek down here, so we will leave some trees around the creek for the integrity of the soil surrounding the creek. Otherwise, we'll start having washouts, you know, and stuff like that. And we don't want that. We don't want washouts and stuff from the creeks. Creek crossing. Looks like a good place to go magnet fishing. Or well, I don't know, they got them culverts sticking out both sides there. Kinda wanted to do that, but I kinda don't. It'd be neat to do, to see what you could find down there. You know, you might find some treasures. I've seen them do the magnet fishing where they find like a little safe. It's got money in it, or you know, they'll find tools and other stuff. And then other times I've seen them find stuff that you should know, you know, what's down there, and you don't want to know. And a lot of times you have to call the authorities because you find something metallic and magnetic down there that might have been involved in a crime. So pluses and minuses to magnet fishing. Alright, I'm gonna start this guy up, see if we can auto detect this field. We cannot at that, so let me change that, see if that makes a difference. Oh, that does not make a difference. That could be a problem. We may have to do this one ourselves, Fuzzy. As it stands right now, it's looking like we cannot hire anybody out on this field. Go down here. Sometimes if you change positions, it'll do the 3 in rows. But no matter which way you do it, it will not do the straight lines. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to hire this guy out to do the in rows. I wonder if I change the directions and put that in manually. Let me go to 90. 890. Yeah, no, even putting it in manually, it didn't work. So Yeah, I'm gonna let the deer do the inrows, and then we can do the other parts manually. The straight lines. Okay. If he decides to hire out. Did I hit the button? He may not want to do that. Okay, there we go. Maybe I didn't hit the button. Let him cut around the inroads there. I guess we need to buy that little field there. Alright, is this guy still over here? Yeah. Let me take him down there and I'll start doing manual rows with him. So I think I'm going to start down here in the middle and just cut a straight line across and then just start working one side of the field. There's, what number is that? It's 269. Am I staying straight with the road? Or would 270 be better? Actually, 268 might be better because I feel like I'm listing to the right just a little. There's 268. And I feel like I'm listing to the left. So there's probably just a magic number. I'll look at this when we get a lot of these trees cleared out. What I'm going to do is probably when we buy this land over here, which is the plan, cut a lot of these trees on the outside edges and then just go around the edge and see what numbers line up, because it would be nice to have a straight line over there. could just start him right there in that little notch there. Right here. Oh, look, right here at this approach. That's perfect. I can just go straight into the field right here. Hazards off, beacons off. I'm gonna line up to, I guess, I'm just gonna do straight east. So I'm gonna go to 90. Is that 90? No. Alright. Rock and roll. I don't think it's gonna set up. If it won't set up the guidance steering. I take off of the steering assist, it will not produce lines. It has to do with those little drainage cutouts. So that's okay. I've got the enhanced vehicle steering. And did the deer make it around here yet? Oh yeah, there he is. Or no, wait, that's the truck. Where's the deer? See a cut line there. Oh, he's over there in that corner. So he's got to actually go down there, come around that way, and then come around to this side. That's crazy. We'll definitely be, we'll keep the creek. So I think that's the creek that runs right there where we harvested our fields over there. So we'll be doing a line down through there and making the border of the field, the edge of it, right through there. Officialize the field. Yep, little cluster of trees over there. Hopefully there's not a pond out in the middle of them. Cut back down into this area here. I get that locked in at 270. 270. There we go. I need to figure out what the function is that I can change that while it's locked in and add that to my controller. Map it to my controller. I need to sit down and do that. That'll make things a whole lot easier. Because then I can sit there and just look at the number and have it locked in while I'm going and then change it. I need to figure that out. Probably do that just by going under controls. Where are controls? There they are. Really hate doing this while I'm harvesting though. Come on, get there. Okay, enhanced vehicle. I don't even know which one it is. Yeah, I don't know which one it is. It's a long list. A very long list. I don't know which key adjusts the track. Like which one can I lock it in and then adjust it while it's locked in? So I'm locked in at 270, so I'm heading straight west now. Which key increases and decreases the heading number? Right control and the page up and page down. So I need to find that in the list and see if I can remap that to my controller. Right control and page up and page down. Ugh, let me see if I can do this better with the mouse. Get down there quicker. Come on. Let's see. Right control and page up, page down. So probably these right here. So there's right control and page up and page down. Let me see if I can go over there. Try to line it up where I can still see it. Right control, page up and page down. I need to get over to the gamepad. Yeah, I really don't like doing this while I'm harvesting. think I'm just going to have to stop and do that. If I'm going to do it. And it keeps going back to the top. Why does it default back to the top? Remember where I'm at down here, people. Oh, giants. Alright, right control and then page up. And then there's a save. Oh my goodness gracious. Come on. Come on, save the thing. Alright. Right control. I've got to find it again now. There it is right there. So that's... should be 1 degree, and that's what it says. Increase snap track direction by 1 degree. See if I can sneak that around there. 1 increases it and one I'm assuming decreases it. Alright, I'm going to try... I've got some buttons on the underside of my controller here. I'm going to try to map it to those. So this will be the increase. Maybe. I don't know. What does that say? Trigger a button or press an axis in the direction... Oh, maybe that's why it's not working. So it says axis to map must have been in the neutral centered position. I think I'm locked in at 90 degrees. Wonder if I can do like left bumper and then do it. What did that do? What does that say? Left bumper, X input, gamepad. Maybe that did it. So I did left bumper and then right input. Let me see. Nope, that didn't. Well, yeah, that did do it. Okay, so let me see if that's... see if I can do that with the same with the left button. Hopefully it's not just left bumper. It almost looks like just left bumper. I don't want it to be just left bumper, so I'm going to have to rework that. Oh boy. Let me clear that out. Okay. Let me see. I want to make sure that that didn't do just left bumper. Yep, that's all it did. So let me go back and take that out again. Got to come up with some type of key binding. I don't know why those buttons on the underside of my controller are not working. Wonder if I've got to switch those buttons around. Let's see. Let me take a look at the bottom of my controller here. Mind flashlight work? Oh, it's so dark in here. So it can't be those buttons. I've got an AGR button and an AGL button. Those should work, I would think. They're not working though. Wonder if I need to flip this switch. Nope. Nope. Those buttons on the other side are not working like that, like they should. And I've got stuff mapped to other buttons in here, so I think what I'm going to have to do is just forget about it for now. Let me delete that out of there. I didn't want to do that. Don't want to make it be. Alright. I may have to find a button like down on the keyboard or something. I really want it on my controller though. Would be nice. I'll have to sit down and try to figure that out later. See what I've got left on my controller that's not being used. Need to just get in a vehicle and then pull up like the help menu like that. Make sure it detects that I'm on a controller. And then I need to go through like the list. So I've obviously got the horn and stop engine on right bumper. I've got a ton of stuff over on the left bumper, and then a ton of stuff on both bumpers. So I would say the most likely thing to do would be to do like a right bumper function. I know that does, so it doesn't really need to be a D-pad function. It needs to be like a right bumper and one of the letters maybe. Alright, where did our deer end up? He's still going? He's stuck. I think he's stuck. It's one downside to this map. That's why you gotta come in and do the work. You gotta come in and clean up the edge of the fields where they've got trees in the way, so you can't do any hired workers. One downside to the map. But don't worry, we're gonna fix it. So I should be able to hire this guy back out. Yeah, he got stuck on some trees back there. Gonna be doing some reshaping of the field a little bit. Trying to make the edges, especially the edges. Trying to make a straight shot on the edges, best we can. And then probably using a little bit of the perfect edge. And then recreating the edges and plowing them out straight. And then doing broad, wide curves. So... I'm gonna sit with him for a minute. Make sure he doesn't get stuck on anything else. It looks like he's got it from there. Gonna try to empty into the deer there, but he should move on. Okay. That brings that up. I don't want to map it to that. I'm going through some of my key functions here. What is the John Deere doing? We have a bogey at 11 o'clock. Make it 11:30. Oh, there's a thing there. That's what he's doing. There's a one of those little drains there. Yep, right down through there. Okay. So yeah, doing it 270, that makes it look a little off from there because the road is not perfectly straight. It looks like it goes up. So we would want to start right here. If I started right at that corner of that field and went straight west, see, it wouldn't work if you did 270. You'd be across the highway. So you would want to start wherever the edge of the map is there. Where is it? Right there? Right there. There's the edge right there. So you'd want to start there and go straight east from there. That way you would have at least some space. You'd probably have a little bit more space between here and the road, but at least you wouldn't have, you wouldn't be crossing your road weed line. So I'll just have to come in, and I think the first thing to do is get the trees cleared out and then figure out which line works best. Most likely, just looking back at where I had it on the road a while ago, it's either going to be 269 or 268 degrees. 270 is just too far to the right. Oh yeah, the Gleaner mod. We had that. We had the Gleaner back over on Judith Plains, Montana. It was an okay mod. It was. I mean, there was definitely room for improvement on it, but yeah, they did. Somebody needs to work on a quality Gleaner mod. Good morning, Big Al. Alright, well, we were gone a little past the time that we needed to spend with the YouTube people, so YouTube, we'll catch you guys in the next one. Always remember, you reap what you sow. Matt from the Green Arcade. We'll see you later, YouTube.